Las Vegas, Nevada. It's another WiseBetter.com production with host Wise Better.
Hi there, my name's Wise Better, and I'm your host for this quick tutorial about NFL lines. I'm doing this tutorial for my sports betting blog, sportsbettingfootball.com, and before I go on, I want to get you on over to sportsbettingfootball.com and have you pick up my free NFL betting guide. It's absolutely free, and it contains 7 must-know tips for you sports bettors. Before you put down another dollar on a straight bet, parlay, teaser, whatever, you need to take about 20 minutes, read my free guide, win more sports bets. Okay, I'm going to run through this fairly quickly, but I'm going to assume that you are new to the world of sports betting, or more specifically, football betting. And we're talking about NFL football. And as you can see on your screen, there's 2 lines that kind of look a little duplicate, but I put it up there for a reason. I'll tell you why in a second. This first area over here is probably the more common display that you'll see at online sports books. And what we have here is a contest between the Seattle Seahawks and the Minnesota Vikings. When you're looking at the line, over here you're going to see a group of numbers that usually it's 3 digits. Sometimes it'll go up to 4. You can generally ignore this, especially if you're an online sports bettor. This is just the rotation number. For instance, I'm in Vegas, so when I walk into a sports book and put down some cash on a game, I would actually use this rotation number. It's just easier for the guys behind the counter to go ahead and put down those bets. But if you are doing wagers online, you can pretty much just ignore that. There is a method to this layout, though. You'll notice that the Seattle Seahawks are on top and the Minnesota Vikings are on the bottom. This symbolizes the away team and the home team. The away team is on top, which is the Seattle Seahawks, and the home team is on the bottom, which is the Minnesota Vikings. So no matter where you're at, as soon as you look at this, you'll be able to see right away, okay, Seahawks are at the Vikings. Over here now, we have the actual line for the side, and that you see +3 and -3. The minus sign indicates the favorite. The plus sign, if there is one, and I'll get into that in 1 second, indicates the underdog. So in this particular football game, the Vikings are a 3-point favorite over the Seattle Seahawks. If you bet the Vikings, you're laying 3 points. If you bet the Seahawks, you're getting 3 points. Let's go over that real quick here. In order to win your bet, let's say you bet the Vikings -3. In order to win your bet, the Vikings would have to beat the Seahawks by more than 3 points. Listen to that for 1 second. More than 3. If the Vikings beat the Seahawks by 3, let's say it's a 10-7 final, that would be a push, which is a tie, which basically means you get your money back. So to win this bet, the Vikings would have to win by 4 more, let's say a 10-6 final. If you bet on the Seahawks, you're getting 3 points, so you have a couple ways to win. First, the Seahawks could win the game outright, in which case you win your bet, or they could lose the game by 2 or 1 points. So for instance, let's say the Vikings win, let's go something nutty here. Let's say the Vikings win 10-8. Okay, well that would mean that the Seahawks lost only by 2, and you had 3 here, so you're covered, which means you won your bet. Again, if they tie, if they hit the number, that's a tie, which is a push. So let's run across one other scenario. Let's say that the final score was the Minnesota Vikings 10, the Seattle Seahawks 7. The Minnesota Vikings won by 3, Seattle lost by 3. So if you had the Seahawks plus 3, that would mean that you pushed and you get your money back. Let's take a look over at this number on the side. This number can be pretty much located anywhere. It might be up here, it might be down here, but it's always on the side. This is the totals figure. And when you bet a total, you're betting either the under or the over. So in this case, it's 38. And the totals means that the number that both sides combine for. So for instance, before we were talking about what if the Vikings won 10-7? Well, 10 plus 7 is 17. And that's how you get this totals over here. So if you bet the over, then you need 39 or more points in this example to win your bet. If you bet the under, the teams must combine for fewer than 38 points. So 37 or fewer and you're all set. Again, if it hits on the number you bet, 38, it's a push. One thing that you'll sometimes see is half numbers. So in this instance, you would see maybe something like 37.5 or 38.5, and that just means that there's not going to be any ties. However, and that is very important to pay attention to. And if you go to sportsbettingfootball.com and get my free guide, the 7 tips that you must know before placing any sports bet. I don't care if you've been betting for 1 day or 10 years. You want to take about 20 minutes and read this free guide. That's something that you're going to know about. You're also going to hear about the best sports bet, best actually NFL sports bet that I've ever made, that I've won, and how I did it. Let's go down here and look at example number 2, NFL line example 2. All this is right here is, you'll notice a blank space. There's nothing here. You know, above there was the plus 3, now there's nothing. Same thing. Everything's the same that I just told you. It's just a different line format. That was kind of, I would say, old school, and in some publications you still see that, but most sports books have started to go this route if they haven't been doing it for a while already, because they realized, you know, it's just easier for everybody to figure out what's going on, easier to read. That's all there is to NFL lines, to understanding them. Of course, picking the winners and winning your sports bets is another matter. It's something that I've been doing successfully for years now. So I hope this video has helped you out. And make sure you check out sportsbettingfootball.com. Maybe leave some comments. Let me know what type of information you're looking for, what you want to see. And don't forget to get that free sports betting football guide over at sportsbettingfootball.com.